Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today we're looking into a story that, well, it starts in a place many of us recognize, or at least picture, quintessential American high school life, Knoxville, Tennessee.
Right. You've got the Friday night football, the lights, the cheering, all that energy.
Exactly. And right there, in the middle of it, was Emma Walker. She was just 14, a freshman cheerleader. Everyone describes her the same way: passionate, spirited, fun, this infectious smile.
And she had dreams, too. Wanted to be a neonatal nurse. Really a picture of, youthful promise, high-achieving, kind.
Totally invested in her cheerleading. And then you have William Riley, Gaul Riley, popular wide receiver, a couple years older.
Spots her from the sidelines.
Yeah, and apparently it was instant. They quickly became that couple, the popular high school pair.
And at first, Riley seemed great. Charming, polite to Emma's family, the classic boy next door type.
But that's why we're doing this deep dive, because that seemingly perfect picture, it spiraled, turned into this controlling obsession, and ultimately a devastating tragedy.
It's a really tough story.
It is. So today we're going to unravel how that happened and look at the pursuit of justice that came after. Where did things start to go wrong? How did this perfect connection start fraying?
Well, it's often hard to see those first signs when you're in it, especially when you're young. But looking back, you can definitely see how that initial spark pretty quickly gave way to some really troubling patterns.
Yeah, and the first sort of cracks, they actually appeared pretty early on. Emma's parents, Mark and Jill, they had concerns. Remember the prom thing?
Oh, right, when he took his ex-girlfriend to junior prom before taking Emma to senior prom?
Exactly. It didn't feel right to them. Like, where were his loyalties, his priorities? Were they really with Emma?
And that's so important, that parental gut feeling. Sometimes they pick up on things that, young people might miss when they're swept up in it all.
Definitely. And Emma's friends, they started feeling uneasy too. Riley's behavior.
Yeah.
At first, they thought maybe he was just shy.
But it didn't stay that way.
No. What exactly did they start noticing?
Well, it shifted into something more overt. Controlling, definitely possessive, jealous. He basically made it clear he didn't want Emma interacting with anyone else. Just him.
And how did Emma react to her friends' worries?
She'd often kind of brush it off, don't worry about it. She's trying to figure out her first serious relationship. And it became this really messy on-again, off-again thing for 2 years.
Tumultuous doesn't quite cover it. Nasty arguments, breakups.
Yeah, and the way he communicated, it got aggressive, bombarding her with calls, texts, even waiting outside her work for hours.
Chilling stuff. We have sources that mention specific messages. One like, "You're dead to me, I'll check the obituary." Just awful.
And this is the really insidious part, the manipulation. Right after saying something like that, he'd flip, send an apology.
Like what?
Things like, "I'm sorry for however I act. I love you more than words can describe." It creates this really toxic cycle,
Push-pull.
Exactly. Abuse pushes them away. The apology pulls them back. It reinforces his control, isolates her even more. It's textbook coercive control.
Makes it so hard to leave, even when you want to. Her parents, Mark and Jill, they saw it. They tried to step in, right? Took her phone away at one point.
They did. But Riley was, cunning. He found a way around it.
What did he do?
Gave her an iPod Touch so they could keep texting secretly over Wi-Fi. It completely bypassed what her parents were trying to do.
Wow. Calculated.
Yeah. Jill, her mom, said he just had this way of isolating Emma, making her think he was the only one who got her, cared about her. It shows real determination in his possessiveness.
So fast forward to autumn 2016. Emma's 16 now, a junior. Riley's a freshman at Maryville College, about half an hour away.
But the distance didn't fix anything. Same toxic cycle.
Her parents were desperate. They grounded her, basically said, look, school and cheerleading, that's it, trying to help her break free.
And it actually seemed to help. Her dad, Mark, noticed she was more like her old self again.
Really?
Yeah, spending time with family, reconnecting with other friends, like a weight was lifted.
And that space, that feeling better, maybe gave her the strength to finally make a decision.
Seems like it. She texted her friend Keegan, said she was done for good with Riley. She'd seen pictures of him with other girls at college.
You can just imagine the relief her friends must have felt. Finally. She's free.
Yeah, you'd think so. But Riley, he didn't take the breakup well at all. And this is where things get really alarming. It escalates from the emotional stuff to actual bizarre, threatening incidents.
Okay, so walk us through that. Friday, November 18th, 2016, Emma's at a friend's house.
And she starts getting these weird texts, unknown number, threatening stuff.
Like what?
Come outside alone if you don't want to see a loved one get hurt. Then go to your car with your keys. If you don't comply, I will hurt them.
Whoa. What did Emma think?
At first she thought it was just Riley's friends messing with her. A prank. She even texted back saying she'd call the cops.
But the texts kept coming.
They got worse. Then one message claimed Riley had been dropped off outside the house.
So she went outside.
She and her friend Zach ran out, and there he was, Riley, lying face down in a ditch near the house.
What? Seriously?
Yep. Holding his head, claiming he'd been kidnapped, didn't know how he got there.
Oh my God, what did Emma do?
She was crying, told him, we're broken up, you need to leave me alone. Then he called his friend Noah, told him the kidnapping story.
Could Noah buy it?
Not for a second. He knew it was bogus.
But this whole fake kidnapping thing?
Yeah.
It's such a desperate, clumsy attempt at manipulation, right? Trying to get sympathy, pull her back in.
Totally. But for her friends, her family, it just solidified their worries. It wasn't just a prank. This was a huge red flag. Something felt really off, really sinister.
Okay, so that was Friday. Then Saturday morning, November 19th.
Emma's with her friend Haley. They're driving, and they see this guy dressed all in black, just walking around on Emma's street.
Weird.
Very. Emma drops Haley off, goes home, and then the guy in black comes back, starts ringing the doorbell, banging on the door.
No way. Emma must have been terrified.
Frantic. And what does she do? She messages Riley, I hate you, but I need you right now.
Oh, Emma.
Yeah.
Even after everything.
Yeah. And he replies instantly, says he's speeding over.
Okay, so Riley shows up.
And the mystery man is gone, of course. But Haley, Emma's friend, she recognized the guy in black.
As Riley.
Yes. She even saw his car nearby. She texted Riley, like, what are you doing? He denied it, naturally.
Unbelievable. Did her mom see any of this?
Jill came home, found Riley there talking to Emma. She told him straight up, leave. Emma tried to convince her mom it wasn't Riley, maybe a burglar.
But Jill knew better.
She wasn't buying it. She knew it wasn't a coincidence. You can imagine how scared her parents were now.
Absolutely. So scared that the next day, Sunday, they drove her to her morning work shift, waited until she finished, and drove her straight home.
That level of fear from parents, it says everything about how bad things had gotten. They saw the danger, even if Emma was still maybe struggling to fully grasp how deep Riley's obsession went.
So that brings us to Sunday night, November 20th, 2016.
The house is quiet. Emma talks to her friend Keegan about some homework, then heads to bed around midnight.
And then Riley calls.
Just after midnight, yeah. Uses his roommate's phone. He later claimed Emma told him, again, that she wasn't interested in getting back together. Said the call ended abruptly.
What happened after the call?
A complete barrage. Countless texts. He called her something like 40 times. Left tons of voicemails.
Did Emma answer?
No, she didn't respond to any of it.
And then something else happened that night.
Yeah, this is really chilling. Later that night, Emma's dad wakes up. He hears noises. Sounds like someone might be in the house, maybe a door slamming. Twice.
Did he check?
He did. Got up, looked around, but didn't see anything disturbed, so he figured, maybe he imagined it, house settling, whatever. Went back to bed.
God, and then the morning came.
Around 6 a.m., Jill goes to wake Emma up for school, calls her name, touches her leg. No response.
Oh, no.
Jill looked at her face, pale blue lips. She checked for a pulse. Nothing. She called an ambulance immediately. 16-year-old Emma Walker was dead.
It's just devastating. Utterly heartbreaking. When the police arrived, what did they find initially?
At first, they just saw a little bit of blood near her mouth, maybe from vomiting, they thought. But then an officer noticed something else. A small hole in her bedroom wall.
A bullet hole.
Yeah. That changes everything. They searched outside, found 2 shell casings, and then they found a second bullet hole on the outside wall, about the same height, fired right into her bedroom, near her bed.
So 2 shots fired into a room while she slept.
Exactly. And the analysis showed the shots were fired from incredibly close, like 4 or 5 feet away from her window, probably between 2:30 and 3 a.m.
That's terrifyingly precise.
One bullet hit her behind her left ear, killed her instantly. The other one lodged in her pillow. Whoever did this knew the room layout, knew where she slept. This wasn't random.
After Emma died, tributes poured in, right? Including from Riley.
Oh, yeah. Lots of posts about his sorrow, his love for her. But when police started talking to Emma's friends, her family, one name just kept coming up. Over and over.
Riley Gaul.
Riley Gaul. And her friends, they were absolutely crucial to the investigation. They provided these key pieces that pointed straight at him.
Like what?
Well, his friend Alex. He told detectives that Riley had shown him a gun after that whole fake kidnapping thing. Said he needed it for protection. It was his grandfather's gun.
Okay.
And get this, that gun had been reported stolen the day before Emma was shot.
Wow. Okay. What else?
Another friend, Noah, revealed Riley had asked him how to remove fingerprints from a gun. Claimed it was for his roommate, but still highly suspicious.
Asking how to remove fingerprints? That's not a good sign.
Not at all. And then Riley actually asked both Noah and Alex to help him get rid of the gun, toss it in the Tennessee River.
So with all this information, the police brought Riley in.
They did, for questioning.
Yeah.
And his whole demeanor was just off.
How so?
Detective said he was elusive, detached, emotionless, really. Kept calling Emma the girl, wouldn't use her name. His story seemed rehearsed, full of holes.
Did he have an alibi?
He claimed he was back at Maryville College when Emma died, but his cell phone records told a different story.
Ah, the phone records.
Yep. They placed him driving towards Knoxville around 12:30 a.m. and near Emma's house around 3:45 a.m., right in the time frame of the murder.
And when they asked him about the gun, about talking to Noah and Alex?
Denied everything. Flat out denied it, even when they confronted him directly.
So they suspect him strongly, but maybe didn't have enough to arrest him right then.
Exactly. But they had a plan. After they let him go, Riley immediately texted Noah and Alex. Told them, don't talk to the police, delete your messages.
But Noah and Alex were already cooperating.
They were. They'd been talking to the police since Emma died. They were determined to help catch whoever killed their friend. So the police came up with this undercover operation.
Okay, this sounds intense. What was the plan involving Noah and Alex?
Super high stakes. The police were hesitant, obviously, because of the risks. But Noah and Alex agreed to pretend to go along with Riley's plan.
The plan to dump the gun in the river.
That's the one. They agreed to help him do it. The police wired them up with body cameras, set up a code word so they'd know when to move in. It took incredible bravery from those young men.
Wow. Did it work?
It did. The three of them went down to the river. Riley pulled out the gun. He'd been hiding it at his stepfather's house, ready to throw it in the water.
And the police moved in.
Right then. Arrested Riley Gaul. Just 48 hours after Emma's body was found.
Incredible police work and bravery from his friends. Did they find anything else?
Yeah. In the trunk of Riley's car, they found black clothes, black shoes, confirmed he was the mystery man seen lurking around Emma's house just days before all the pieces were falling into place. It painted a really clear picture of this escalating obsession.
So about a year and a half later, the trial starts. First-degree murder.
Riley pleads not guilty. He chooses not to testify. And his defense team, they didn't call any witnesses either. They had a very specific strategy.
Which was?
They didn't actually deny that Riley fired the shots. Instead, they argued it was an accident. A horrible, tragic accident.
How did they frame that?
They claimed he was just trying to scare Emma, shooting near her window, maybe hoping she'd get frightened, confide in him, and they'd get back together. They said he didn't realize the bullets would actually go through the wall.
So portraying him as trying to be her hero in some twisted way.
Exactly. A clumsy plan, they called it, that went horribly wrong. They were pushing for a conviction on the lesser charge, like reckless homicide, something with a much shorter sentence.
It's a defense, I guess. How did the prosecution respond to that? Did they buy the accident theory?
Not for a second. They argued vehemently that everything, absolutely everything, pointed to intentional murder.
What was their main evidence for intent?
They laid it all out. The stalking behavior, the detailed planning, stealing the gun, wearing the black clothes and gloves, but most critically, the shot placement.
Meaning where the bullets went.
Precisely. Standing outside a 16-year-old girl's bedroom window at 3 a.m. and firing shots into her bed. That's not an accident. That's not trying to scare someone. That's intent to kill, plain and simple. They argued it stemmed directly from his anger that Emma didn't want him back.
And the jury.
They agreed with the prosecution, found William Riley Gaul guilty, first-degree murder, plus stalking, theft, reckless endangerment, possession of a firearm during a felony, the works.
What was the sentence?
Life in prison. He has to serve a minimum of 51 years before he's even eligible for parole.
So he'll be in his 70s.
At least. He did try to appeal, asked for acquittal or a new trial back in May 2021, but that was denied. His lawyer said they plan to keep appealing, but for now, that's the sentence.
While the legal process plays out, Emma's legacy. It continues, right? In some really positive ways.
Absolutely. It's heartbreaking, but also inspiring. She should have graduated in May 2018. Her family accepted her diploma on her behalf.
That must have been incredibly difficult, but important.
And her high school, they set up a scholarship in her name. And there are other tributes, too, reflecting who she was.
Like what?
Well, remembering her love for animals and her dream of being a neonatal nurse. There's now a dog park named after her, and a patient room in the neonatal intensive care unit at East Tennessee Children's Hospital.
That's beautiful. Really honors her spirit.
It does. Her mom, Jill, said she hopes people remember Emma by just channeling her energy, her kindness into the world.
This whole story, it really drives home how insidious toxic relationships can be, how control escalates to obsession.
And how even interventions we think should work, like taking away a phone, can just be sidestepped by someone who's determined to maintain that control. It really forces you to think about the layers of it.
Yeah, the warning signs were there, but maybe not fully understood, or maybe it's impossible to stop the escalation. The consequences are just devastating.
It makes you reflect, doesn't it, on
hmm
recognizing those patterns, the possessiveness, the manipulation, not just in your own life, but maybe in the lives of people you care about. We often don't realize how quickly things can spiral.
Absolutely. Which brings up a really important question, I think. We talk about red flags, but what's our collective responsibility here? As friends, family, as a whole community, how do we better educate young people about what healthy relationships actually look like? And maybe more importantly, how do we intervene effectively when we do see those boundaries being crossed, when obsession takes hold,
Mhm.
before it gets to this point, before it's too late?